שלום לכם, אנשים טובים, וברוכים הבאים לערוץ הקטן שלי היום, עדיין בירושלים. I am going to take a short walk with my partner in crime, Janet, and we are going to walk over to the Mount of Olives, down from the Lion Gate. From the Lion Gate that you see in the distance up the hill is the Lion Gate. All right. So enjoy the brief walk. I won't run my mouth too much until we come into the clearing, but enjoy the views in the meantime, and I'll start yapping again before you know it. Is this why you don't trust me? Because you think I'll do that?
It's okay.
Because somebody is always like, I need to make sure that I have on lip gloss before I get caught in the image of a camera.
I'm so much shorter than you, I don't even think I'm in the picture.
Really? That's because it's turned towards you now and you're not aware of it. Ah. Okay. Here we are in the clearing. And across from where we're standing, of course, is the Mount of Olives. The gold-domed structure that you see in the distance is a famous old Russian Orthodox church. I'm sure they own the land. And you can see that in the distance there is an ancient bus stop. No, that's a joke. No ancient bus stops. But yeah, we are at the base of a hill that's called Skullpan Hill. You'll see it in the distance once we cross the street. But we're heading over here toward the believed Garden of Gethsemane. Even if it's not exact, it's in the region. It's in the region, so approximate location. Heavy security presence today, as always, during Chag Pesach. It looks like you shouldn't cross, but other people are, so we're going to do it too. We're going to do it too. So yeah, during Passover, even during the Chol Hamoed days, the security presence is extra high. And of course, for every popular historical site or Christian site, you'll have to have a church built by someone. So in front of you is the Garden Church. I can't tell you who owns it. Somebody with a lot of money owns it, but it's named aptly so because of its location. So we are currently on Derech Yericho, the Jericho Road, coming up to the garden area. And the Church of All Nations. It's called that because it's a bunch of stuff with the flags or whatever. Oh no, thank you.
You can take a nice picture for the church.
Ah, okay, thank you.
You're American?
Yes.
Welcome to the Holy Land. Hallelujah.
Yes, sir, that's right.
Have you been in Bethlehem?
Oh, we have, yes.
Jericho, Lazarus Stone, Bethlehem?
Oh, yeah, all of those places.
Then you take a picture and then you can...
Awesome, thank you. Nope, I won't be coming back to your shop, boss. He says, go and take a picture, then you come back to here. How about no, Scott? Anyway, here, once I get through the trees, I'm going to show you the location that we attempted to go to at first, but it's been walled, well, it's been gated off. So in the distance is the Eastern Gate, or the Golden Gate, also known as Sha'ar Harahamim, the Gate of Mercy. It's the gate that Yeshua, no doubt, not present day level, but one level down below it. This gate is only about maybe 400 years old, but directly on the spot of that gate, the double-doored gate there, is the actual gate that Yeshua entered into when he came down from the Mount of Olives after he wept over the city. How do we know? Because it is the only gate, historically, the only gate on the eastern side facing the Mount of Olives. So the gate that Yeshua came in triumphantly is one level below this gate. You can see the top of the molding. When you're up there, you can see the top of the molding below the floor. And it was through this gate that he punched his ticket, basically. He punched his ticket because he accepted the fate of not only the city itself and its temple, but that he too, in a sense, would be destroyed because he would die. So, yeah, this is how fickle the crowd is. The crowd is fickle in that 1 week before, they can all yell and scream, Hoshiana, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, save us now. And then the next week, they were all yelling, Slovoto, crucify him or stake him, Slovoto. Okay, so that's the Golden Gate on the eastern side facing the Mount of Olives. This, of course, is the church. I'm not gonna torture you with the church. I'm not a big church guy so much anyway. It's very Gregorian inside. But yeah, I'm not going to torture you with the church so much. Let's see, what else can I show you? What else is there to see? From this angle, not too much, but I'm going to cross the street briefly and pan my camera down into the Kidron Valley, because I want to point out a couple of things to you. All right. So here's a little something more to see. So this again is the Kidron Valley that I mentioned in the previous video. And the Kidron Valley runs the distance from Jerusalem all the way down to the Dead Sea. Now, to give you a little bit of biblical perspective or food for thought, this is the Mount of Olives behind me. All right. This is where the Messiah's feet are supposed to stand, and the mountain will cleave in half, and fresh water will flow out of that mountain down into this ditch, the Kidron Valley, and roll all the way down. Living waters will flow out of the Mount of Olives and down into this valley. Okay? Also notable is the fact that if we were to continue into this valley, which I will at some point today, I will walk down through some part of it. You also have Jehainum Valley. Jehainum. That's the word that people associate with hell or death, all right? Jehainum, the Valley of Hinnom, Valley of the Shadow of Death. You're looking at it. You're looking at one angle of it. If you follow the ditch all the way down, around, and to the right, you will pass through the Valley of the Cheesemongers, the Triumphant Valley, X, Y, and Z. All right? And then the cemetery you see in front of you, the big cemetery, runs all the way up the side of the hill from the bottom of the valley. But this is a very expensive Jewish cemetery, primarily because these people wanted to be buried in front of the gate that the Messiah would come through. This is the gate that it said that the Messiah will come through. It was walled shut 3 or 4 times, once by Salah ad-Din, another time by Suleiman the Magnificent. Some people say specifically to stop Israel's Messiah from coming through. I think it was probably more for security purposes, but the fact that they decided to put so many graves right in front of the walls of the city. It's a mass cemetery, Arab or Muslim cemetery. You know, 16 feet of concrete blocks the walls and a bunch of dead people. So how can the Mashiach enter without making himself unclean by passing through a cemetery? These are just thoughts. I'm not saying dogmatically that's the case, but it seems to make a lot of sense in a lot of cases. Yeah. So at any rate, this is again another short video. I don't want them to be long and cumbersome, but I'm going to do quite a few of them. 12, 15 minutes tops. I'm thinking 12, 15 minutes tops. This is a national sound of Israel, blowing horns. Even when there's traffic and there's nowhere to go, they'll lay on their horn and they'll blow their horns at you. Okay, so I am going to step inside into the old garden. I don't want to go into the church per se, but I'm going to go into the garden where the oldest olive trees are. Mm-hmm.
Are these reindeer?
They do look like reindeer, huh? Here comes Santa Claus. Yeah. Yeah, and in the distance, that is Skull Pan Hill. Don't worry, you're short enough. That is Skull Pan Hill in the distance, the green hill right across the top. That is an alternate crucifixion theory. That hill has been called Skull Pan Hill for a long time, associated with the top of a man's skull. And it has a twin hill for elevation on Mount Zion, which runs on the other side of the city. Twin elevation hill, and it's not very talked about very widely, but it is an alternate crucifixion location, as it was outside of the walls as well. And there are major gates near. All right, so I'm only at, I almost said only, yeah, I'm at 13 minutes, 36 seconds. So I'm gonna chop this video for now, and I'm gonna head inside and try to get a good look at some of the ancient olive trees in the garden across the street. So I'll rejoin you shortly. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and there's many more things to come and to see. So I will see you in a brief second. Shalom Lachem.